much. All right. And this will be the final question.
All right, fine. Just two quick questions. I'm not here with the dissertation or anything. Mark Scuderi, Mr. Poli, could you tell me what the total cash flow is for all of our payments for the rent and the common area maintenance over the 15 years? Do you have that number in front of you?
Yeah, I don't have it with me. I certainly can give you that number. I didn't bring it this evening.
We can get that up to you, no problem.
All right, well,
We'll put it on the website, too.
Okay, I ran it with CAM increases 3% a year. I came out to $12,175,000.
I don't know. I don't have that number with me, but sure. We probably could run that number easily.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right. Okay, at 3%. All right, now, question I have.
Their average over the last 5 years has been average 1.5% on their CAM charge increase.
Okay.
The average has been, but.
All right, last question I have is, if we were to bond an amount at 4.7% for 15 years, how much could we bond? How much could we bond at 4.7% for 15 years? If this should be a number that somebody has gone through and should have, because that should be a number that should have been compared to.
The question. We're going to be happy to answer it.
Figure it out. I don't have.
Okay. Well, I've run that number too. It's about $8.5 million. All right, and that's a number that you should have known.
Well, with all due respect, it is 9:15. We've been sitting here for 12
Well,
minutes.
I understand, but that's a very important number to know, because what that tells us is that over the course of 15 years, if we were to bond $8.5 million, at the end of the 15 years, we would own what we bonded.
But
okay, the payments would be over.
$8.5 million.
What facility and what location
Where?
in the town of
Right.
Irondequoit we could find that? And that's
How
in
could you-
consideration. And also take in consideration that you also have to find the property, purchase the property, probably somewhere with 80,000. Stay with me. 80,000 square feet probably needs somewhere between 8 to 10 contiguous acres in order to put 80,000 square foot.
Yeah, I'm not talking about putting that kind of facility. Stephanie Scuderi, she mentioned that it would be about a little over $10 million to rebuild our two libraries.
Okay, just libraries.
Not rebuild. Not rebuild.
To refurbish.
To renovate.
To renovate.
To renovate.
But now we're talking a mezzanine and not a second story. All right, there's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can do with $8.5 million, but at the end of the 15 years, we still own those two buildings with the $8.5 million worth of renovations.
What about Pine Grove?
Pine Grove is $250,000. What's that? You can't find $250,000 out of a $30 million budget? Of course you can.
But you're not going to grow it. It's not going to be any bigger. It's not going to be in a more centralized location. You have 26% of your population as seniors, and you're only serving about 50 of them at lunch. What's the rest of the percentage? Up at 52,000, you're a numbers guy. 52,000 people, 26% seniors. How many seniors should be there? Certainly more than 50.
Okay, if you want to take it to a higher level, Eastridge Road needs to be rejuvenated.
And it has been. You've got a new hotel coming. You've got a new bank coming.
That's right.
You've got Soccer Sam's, Salvatore's Pizza.
That's right.
Certainly there's more development on Eastridge Road now than there's been
That's
for
right.
years.
And what I mentioned earlier is that we have the highest circulation rate in the county.
Yes, sir.
All right? I'd like... Think of your home. There's homes out there that are beautiful and lavish and perfect with lots of room.
It's not my house.
But no, yeah, it's not my house either. But there's no children there. And we heard from the library lady that sometimes you have 20 students at that library. At most, 20 after school. But you know what? I'd rather have a smaller house with less room and have all the kids there. And that's what we have right now in Irondequoit. I just don't want to see us risk that. And that's what I'm truly concerned about. I want to keep our kids home. I want to keep them safe. And by the way, when I said last week about the mall perception problem, people jumped out of the woodwork and started using terms that they shouldn't have been using. All right? The mall perception problem is that the mall is empty. I don't want to see that happen with our library on Kings Park.
Okay, thank you very much. And with that, thank you. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you for being part of the process. Thank you for being part of the discussion. Have a good night.